Hi Alexia, this is actually my 6th time filming this video. So I kind of took that as an indication that maybe you weren't ready yet to receive the message, because I have legitimately tried to film this 6 times. I've been interrupted 3 times. I have, this thing has fallen. My dog has lost his nerve, so, and he's literally a little dog somewhere around here. But I took that as an indication. Oh, is that him? Is that him? Yeah, that's him. I took that as an indication that maybe you weren't ready to receive the message yet. So with past life readings, I always tell people that once you receive it, you will start to get bits of information either through meditation or through your dreams. You can sometimes simultaneously regress, which is normal. And yeah, I think that's it. I have a couple of crystals that I picked out over here just because of what I felt from your chart. I have the tiger's eye, I have the blue lace, and I have kyanite. Now, kyanite is kind of like the, I want to call it the past life crystal, but it helps retrieving information from certain lifetimes. That's why I always carry it here, because I feel like it kind of just helps me better connect with certain people's lifetimes. Now, when I did your chart, I got pieces from like a Celtic time. It just felt very like you were in that era. But obviously this can change. I have no idea what's going to pop up from these cards. But it can change. And the way I describe it is, I don't know if you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, when Aang channels certain lifetimes through certain lessons in his current time, which is very indicative of how this works. So different lifetimes can pop up, more than one, maybe 2. And yeah. So I picked out that one. I picked out the tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is kind of like a grounding, centering crystal. I did notice that there is a lot of fire in your chart, so you can kind of be a little bit over the place, or yeah, like you can be all over the place and need to be centered. So I definitely recommend that. I got a blue lace agate. Here he is. Blue lace agate. Now, blue lace agate is kind of like a calming crystal. It's also a crystal for clear communication. And I feel like sometimes you can come off kind of aggressive. And it's because of all that fire in your chart. You know what you want, and you know how you want to receive it. And sometimes that can come off as aggression. So this would kind of help you calm down and clearly communicate those ideas. So it's more of assertion rather than aggression. So if you're interested in crystals, there's that. But I also have over here, it's a clear quartz. Now, clear quartz is considered the master crystal. This crystal is good for absolutely everything, like everything. You can leave your man and this crystal will replace your man. This crystal can replace any crystal at any point. So this is kind of like a universal crystal, and I think it's the best. And it's known as the master healer. So I always have that on me. Much like the kyanite when it's like time to connect to certain lifetimes. Not enough of me chattering. Okay, so I have here the past life oracle. Now, this one, I don't think they make it anymore because I got it a long time ago. This baby has been with me for like 3-4 years. And it's actually because I went to one of his conventions. So if you're interested in kind of getting a deeper dive, besides this reading, on past lives, I definitely recommend Dr. Brian Weiss. He is considered, if not the expert on past lives, and he has a lot of books and a lot of materials that, you know, you can get into. I recommend Many Lives, Many Masters, or which one was it? It was called From Time to Healing, something like that. But I read that book too, so it's really good. Definitely recommend. Okay, so I'm gonna ask, what lifetime is directly correlated to Alexia's current lifetime? What lifetime is directly correlated to Alexia's lifetime? What lifetime is directly correlated to Alexia's lifetime? What lifetime is directly correlated to Alexia's current lifetime? Ooh, okay. Right. This one is already here, so let's do that. What lifetime is directly correlated, ma'am? I'm about to let you know right now. This is scary. I actually, when I was doing one of your first past life readings, I'm gonna tell you because this is how it feels like they should go. When I was doing one of your current, like, one of your first past life readings, like, five out of the 6 cards that are on here popped up like exactly how it is. So it's kind of alarming. Not alarming, but like it still freaks me out. So I got wars and battles, spouse, forgiveness, monk, unacquainted love, and love life. So I'm gonna tell you what I feel from this era. There's two lifetimes right here, so you know. So what I got from this first one is, I kind of already know because I had already kind of channeled it earlier as in yesterday and the day before that. But I got that you were a monk during the Celtic time, and that you were, you kind of gave yourself into the priesthood. I also got something very significant with your father. So I don't know how you guys are in terms of communication or how your relationship is with this current lifetime, but he felt more like a grandfather during that time to you, so more than like your actual father. And what I got from this lifetime is that you were a monk and you had a very, very significant person kind of going after you. You were a man during this lifetime, which explains, I always tell people that have like heavy fire in their chart that they have lived more lifetimes as males, because that assertion, that dominance, that fire energy has kind of just stayed with you throughout the lifetime. So even if you reincarnate as a woman, you still kind of have that drive, that fire, that masculine energy. Not that you look masculine, but you really know how to project yourself and how to really assert yourself. So I got here that you were a male and you gave yourself up to the priesthood, and there was somebody that would regularly come in and they kind of just fell for you. And this person feels like a water sign, so they could be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. I'm feeling more of a Scorpio. I don't know if you've had a significant relationship with a Scorpio, but it's very karmic in the sense that this person wasn't good for you, and or they may not be good for you. So if you do get into a relationship with a Scorpio or any water sign, and it's a very turbulent one, just know that it's directly correlated to this lifetime. So I got that you were kind of a confidant for them. Like, you did a lot for this person, and unfortunately you were not able to return their feelings during this lifetime, because you had already given yourself up to this. I felt like this person was kind of upset that you weren't willing to leave your faith or your purpose specifically for them. And that's when this card honestly just relates to both lifetime. It's forgiveness, and this is more about you forgiving them in this lifetime, forgiving them for kind of trying to take your power, forgiving them for like, I don't want to say manipulating, but kind of like trying to make you making you go against your own grain. But I feel like it's even more about self-forgiveness and just realizing that this karma has played out before, and this was kind of your farewell and adieu to this karmic lesson. I feel like this is kind of like an ending cycle for you. But like I said, you were a very committed person to your faith. I also got finances and the number 2. So I don't know if 2 is about you balancing out your financial and your current life, or if you're a life path 2. But I definitely got that during this lifetime you committed yourself fully to this. If you are deeply spiritual right now, if you value more solitude than actually being out with people, it's because in this lifetime that's what you did. You were mostly you're mostly by yourself, though there was other people in the priesthood. This was kind of like a self-fulfilling journey, and there was some sort of art form that you were practicing. I don't feel like it was a conventional art form. It did not feel conventional in a sense. I don't feel like this was your average painting, but it kind of felt more like, I don't know why I'm getting glass, so I don't know if you're into like creating glass or like looking glasses, but I'm definitely getting glass in the color blue. It's like a deep blue. So it's a deep blue. So if the color means anything to you, or actually Google the color, see what I feel like it's a deep sense of intuition and a deep sense of devotion and fulfillment. But yeah, so the color blue. This person was not really able to give you what you needed during this lifetime. This was more of a self-fulfilling lifetime. And I want to see what the overall lesson was for this lifetime. Ooh. What was the overall lesson for this? Ah, I hate when I do that. What was the overall lesson? Ooh. Sometimes I want to fall and sometimes I don't. What was the overall lesson for this lifetime? Ooh. Girl. Yeah. Yep. So I got the 7 of Swords reversed. Sorry, 8 of Swords reversed. I got the Hierophant reversed, and I have the Sun. So this indicates to me that this lifetime was mostly about you releasing the fear and the doubt and really coming into kind of your own power. It's going against the grain. I felt like being a monk or a priest in this lifetime was not the average route. I don't think anybody that chooses this route is average, and I feel like that's very much indicating to the route that you are taking in life. Know that you have already taken a route that required risks, and I feel like you're probably on that path right now. You're thinking of doing something that is obviously out of the ordinary, and people might question you for it, but realize that you are supported. The Sun is here. I feel like this lifetime was very you did what you wanted because this is what you saw for yourself, and it kind of gave you that sense of fulfillment and that sense of happiness indicated by the Sun here. So if you are at odds when it comes to doing something now, this lifetime is telling you, hey, I'm behind you 100%. I would actually channel him or channel the Celtic era, because I feel like you will get information from this. Now, I also see your dad here. Like I said, your dad wasn't your dad here. Your dad was either your grandfather or somebody that wasn't immediately, but still kind of close. So I want to see why I'm seeing him. Ooh, sorry, when they pop up like that, it just... I feel like your dad was closer to you. Oh, shoot. Your dad was closer to you during this lifetime. Yeah. Your dad was closer to you at this lifetime. 6 of Cups, childhood. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. And the reverse 2 is decisions. Your dad was a lot closer during this lifetime than he might have been in your current lifetime. And actually, when I was channeling this lifetime, I feel like you were not even his child. Like, during this lifetime, you were adopted. You were, I got Riverbank, and he was kind of older, and your mom was older as well. I'm getting, like, late 50s, or late 40s, but they weren't your parents. Like, so if the relationship kind of just feels a little distant or a little more like they do support you, but it at a distance. That's what it feels like. It feels like they support you at a distance, and they might question certain decisions, but just know it's because, you know, it's directly related to this lifetime. Like I was saying, when I was channeling this lifetime, I saw that they found you as a baby on the riverbank, and they had plans for you, but you had plans for yourself. You chose to kind of leave the mundane, earthly, and really submerge yourself into this religion. So if actually you're attracted to Celtic times, like if you're attracted to like Greece, or you're attracted to what is it, like, I'm trying to remember where like the Celtics were, but if you're attracted to that, just know it's from this lifetime. And again, I feel like they supported you regardless of what path you chose, even though if you might have felt some resistance. And I feel like that's very much indicative of who they are during this lifetime. They will support you at a distance. They will not fully immerse themselves in what you are doing, but, you know, they will support you. I'm also seeing someone here that is young. They might be a very close friend of yours, but they're young, and they are, I'm seeing you as a priest, and I'm seeing them like coming and running towards like the cathedral. It very much looks like a cathedral, and there's a lot of blue everywhere, but they're running towards you, and I feel like this is a very close friend of yours. They're a girl now, but they were a boy in this lifetime, and the playful energy is very, very strong. So this is probably going to be a friend that just kind of values playing around, fun loving. Might be a Sagittarius, because that's what I'm kind of getting. So if this is your best friend, she's here too. They're here too. Yeah. Now this other lifetime feels a little more harder for you, simply because I have wars and battles, spouse, and forgiveness. Forgiveness has been in both of these. I feel like this one, you do have a lifetime partner. Again, you are male here, you are a soldier. This does not feel like America though. It says wars and battles, but it does not feel like America. It feels like Greece or Rome. So if you're attracted to like that mythology, it definitely feels here. And I don't know if you've ever seen a Game of Thrones. I'm getting that big long bridge and that big long arc. So I wonder who this partner is. If you're kind of like an earth sign. Woo! Sorry, I make super weird noises when I'm shuffling because the silence just doesn't do it for me. Yep. Oh, Lord, David, Jesus. All right. So this partner is going to be a fire sign or have very heavy fire sign placements. So that could be Leo, that could be another Aries, or that could be a Sagittarius. But this lifetime was not very good to both of you, because I'm feeling like you had to go off. The Fool here is telling me you went with the best intentions when you went to war. I think it was more for a fight to kind of defend the land, not really like a political one, but defend resources. If you struggle with finances right now, or you have this fear of never having enough, this is where it stems from this lifetime. Like there is a lot of scarcity here, and I feel like there was a struggle for resources. So you went off to kind of defend those resources. Knight of Wands, you were a fire sign here, a leader. You were definitely, I'm seeing kind of like you, like very big, like tall. So if you're not tall in this lifetime, just realize that you got the short end of the stick this lifetime. But you were very tall. I want you to see the Celtic cross. I don't know why I want you to see the Celtic cross. I don't know if that has anything like indicative to you, but this is a Celtic cross. I'm seeing that on him, on you. I'm seeing that on him and you. And I'm seeing that like here in this area for him. So that indicates to me that he was very much about his people, his pride, his religion. This man feels very, very like spiritually connected to he feels very spiritually connected to his religion and himself. And I feel like you've kind of always had that spiritual incline, but didn't know how to describe it in this lifetime, if that makes sense. Like he does not call it spirituality, he does not call it religion. He calls it like a deep sense of self. He calls it like a pride. It's very fatherly, maternal energy. You have 2 kids in this lifetime too. 2? No, girl, you have 3. You have 3 kids. So if you have any siblings, there's one that's a boy. He could be an Aquarius, or if this could be one of your friends. And there's another 2 that feel like earth signs. So if you have like nieces and nephews that you're very attached to, that you consider your own children, They're from this lifetime, by the way. They were either your children or, yeah, they were definitely your children during this lifetime. They were not either your children. They are your children in this lifetime. And you're very protective of them, but you go off into this battle and I feel like you don't come back. Like, it's a very, very hard lifetime. If you have like separation anxieties or like you feel you have like a sort of codependent nature on it, it's because you bring this back. This is you leaving and not coming back. So if you have dreams of being, he's a very tall man, he's very strong, very well built, brown hair, big beard, brown eyes as well. Really likes the color green. I think it's because it's indicative of the land, and it's like and it's kind of like kind of feels nomadic in a sense, and I think that's why they're fighting over resources. But you don't make it back, so this lifetime feels very hard for your wife and your kids. And I would definitely say this person that I'm seeing will be your lifetime partner in this current life. Now, don't get crazy. Don't go around trying to find anybody that fits these characteristics. They will come when they need to. Or if they are already there, they're from this lifetime. Your parents kind of were your aunts and uncles in this lifetime. They weren't directly correlated to you. Your grandparents are actually your parents in this lifetime. So if you feel like a more closeness to them, this is why, stemming from here. I don't know if you have like a love of gardening or a love of being outside, but this man very much feels like he likes being outside. Like I'm seeing like grasslands, and this is where I'm coming from. I want to see what the overall lesson was for this lifetime, because they both say forgiveness. So I feel like this is more self-forgiveness in this lifetime, because you do die with like some regrets that you didn't see your family. If you don't like guns, just know this is why you don't like guns. Okay. The lessons revolved around scarcity and control. Like I said, you went out to protect, kind of protect your land, your ground. Kind of feels like a very farmland here. Or that was the majority of what they did. I'm kind of getting Norway. I don't know, not Norway. What is it? Oh my God. It's not Norway. It starts with an N. It could be Norway, actually. Norway or Sweden. That's what it is. It's Norway or Sweden. But so if you're attracted to that, just know it's coming from this lifetime. So lessons are revolved around scarcity and control. Like I said, if you're very afraid that you're not going to have enough, that there's not enough love, that there's not enough resources or finances, this is from these two lifetimes. You kind of were forced to put that aside or fight for it, and that's why it's coming up now. It revolved around you kind of making decisions more towards your like logical mind instead of your emotional. I feel like if you would have, there's a lot of regret in this lifetime, because I feel like you did not want to go and you felt like you should stay with your family, but logic was saying we got to defend our land, we got to defend our property, and you kind of went straight towards logic and instinct. You kind of went head on, not thinking twice. And I feel like maybe this lifetime is telling you, hey, take a step back, think it through, and then move forward, which is kind of weird, because crystal that I picked was clear thinking and calm thinking. So yeah, that's it for these two lifetimes. If you have any questions, love, you can always reach out to me. If you spontaneously regress, please, I would like to hear about it, what you got from this lifetime. You can always meditate on this lifetime, and I feel like when you do meditate, think of the Celtic cross. I'm getting Celtic cross for you, especially if you want to connect to these people. I feel like they do have more lessons and more wisdom for you, but you just have to reach out to them and really like connect with that. I'm trying to channel a name, but I can't. Thank you so much for booking with me, and I hope to hear back from you soon.